If you don't like bugs, Costa Rica might not be the place for you. Welcome back. This is Charmel, living in Grecia, sharing information about moving to Costa Rica and retiring in Costa Rica. Costa Rica has a huge variety of beautiful bugs. And since we spend so much of our lives outdoors, we live with the bugs. We live on our balconies and our patios and just pretty much live outdoors. Almost all of the restaurants that I go to are open air restaurants. Almost all of the stores that I go to don't close their doors. Now the bank closes its doors and some other places like that, but pretty much we live outside, and so that means we live with the bugs. And pretty much they mind their own business. And I have lived here more than 8 months, and I've only been bitten a few times. And I keep 2 aloe vera plants on my balcony, and I cut off a little piece each time I get a bite and rub the bite with that aloe vera juice from the plant, which really helps a lot. Now, one time a bee stung me. Of course, there are bees everywhere because of all of the flowers. So there are, big bumblebees and little sweat bees and bees of all different varieties and sizes. And only one time was I stung by a bee, and it's because I was on the walking trail, and I was walking at a pretty good clip, and a bee somehow got between my sandal and my foot, and it stung me several times, and it really hurt. But the aloe vera took care of that a lot. Now, I don't really like bugs in my house, and so I'm going to share with you several things that I do to try to keep the bugs down. A lot of times during the day, my sliding glass doors are open, and they're partly screened, but not all the way screened, and I just love the open air coming through, and so do many other people. So what I do to keep the bugs down, the first thing that I think works the best is this Zevo bug light. Now, it has a blue light that attracts bugs, and then it has this sticky surface on the back that the bugs stick to. And then I also have these refills for it, Zevo, there you can see. Now, I have not been able to find these anywhere in Costa Rica, and I looked everywhere. So I brought 3 of these from the United States the last time I made a trip back to Costa Rica, plus lots and lots and lots of the refills. And I will get some more next time I go to the United States, because really they seem to really do the job. Something else that I do is I save little bottle caps like this, like from ginger ale bottles and milk cartons. And right next to, I have a couple of little LED lights. They're little lamps with LED bulbs that I leave on all night long, just to give me a little light in my apartment. And in those bottle caps, right next to the lights, I put the bottle caps. And in those bottle caps, I put peppermint oil and TerraShield oil. And so those seem to attract these little tiny bugs, the little tiny ants. And so sometimes when I wake up in the morning, there'll be these little tiny bugs and little tiny ants stuck in those bottle caps. Now, I brought these oils with me from the United States, but I have seen them in shops in Costa Rica, so you can get those here. The Zevo lights, I have 3 of those in my 2-bedroom apartment right now, but like I said, I'm going to get some more. I also use this little diffuser, like you have oil diffusers in the United States, and I found this one at a shop in Costa Rica. So I put water in there and a little bit of that, this oil that's called TerraShield, which has citronella and some other ingredients in it that bugs don't like. And so sometimes I'll let that run overnight, either on my kitchen counter or on my little bedside table to help kind of deter the bugs. Now, I also have some bug spray like this that I found at the Price Smart in Costa Rica. I think you can get it almost anywhere, almost at any supermarket in Costa Rica. It's made by S.C. Johnson, and I think it's supposed to be a little bit more earth-friendly, people-friendly, pet-friendly than something like Raid. I'm not sure about that, but if I see a big bug crawling across the floor, I will spray it with this, and then I will take a dry mop and just kind of spread that spray around that area on the floor. Something else that I found that I think is helpful is this citronella bactericide and bug repellent. So sometimes I mix this with just a little bit of water, and I mop the floor with it, especially near the doorways, so that it kind of deters bugs from coming in or crawling through the little gaps, especially if I don't close the sliding glass doors and I just have a screen door closed. Bugs sometimes can find their way between little spaces, and so I sometimes mop the floor with a diluted amount of this, and that seems to help. So those are just some of the things that I do to try to keep the bugs down inside, but just live with them outside. And if you have tips that you use to keep the bugs down, please put those tips in the comment section so that everybody else can learn about your tips for keeping bugs out of your house in Costa Rica. Pura Vida, ciao.